Good morning. It is July the 28th, 2017, and summer is about two-thirds over. Come Tuesday, it will be. Time flies. We'll start with our customary disclaimer. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations, and like an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. That is a mouthful. Hey, another cool day in the forecast. Temps below 90. We've got a couple more days of that before they pop back up, but beats the heck out of 100 and 102. We've had a couple of weeks of pretty hot weather. Treasuries are down, and yesterday's recovery in the E-mini to a close at 24.71 took us lower. You can see that in the Q period. We did close at 25.24. Everything is pointed down right now. Top of the trading range held. So I believe the market does have a lower bias. I do believe we are going to test the 125.16 to 12 area. Market's a little bit lower than it was when I was doing my homework this morning, so we were hoping to sell 23s to 27s. We'll make 19 to 23, sell 1, 27.31, sell 2. A lot is riding on this morning's news. 9 to 13, buy 1, 1 to 5, buy 2. Okay, GDP normally doesn't move the markets. Especially the revision to the first GDP number. First GDP number was 1.4. Looking for 2.6. The Atlanta Fed has it at 2.8. They need to see a number bigger than 1.4. If the economy, the growth in the economy, the Fed's programs, etc., stay on track. Deflator, they don't like that at 1.2%. They want it at 2%, so that's their goal. 40% of the net worth of the average household is made up in the equity in their home. They'd like to get homes above water. They've been pretty good in certain areas of doing that. Employment cost index plus 0.6%. Consumer sentiment 93.1. And Baker Hughes rig count, don't know what the forecast is, 1,056 and 950. My guess probably about the same. So the news focus is the GDP number, followed by consumer sentiment, followed by the direction of the E-mini. And Trump's got to do something to get the squabbling, the turf fights, all this stuff under control in the White House. And Scaramucci does not look like it was a step in the right direction. He may be loyal, but the way he's handling this matter openly in the press, as opposed to just going into somebody's office and relieving them of their duties and firing them, is a bit bizarre. Bet you he didn't do that in his own company. Bet you would call him in the office and it would be over there on the spot. Okay, looking at the 30-year, last rotate up was 9, followed by 12, followed by 16. So 12 to 16, number 1, sell 19 to 23, 27 to 31. I believe we do have a lower bias. The buck to 04, number 1, buying 25s to 29s, buy 1, 13 to 17, buy 2. Okay, we're in December gold. Thank you, Sonny. He got that out bright and early before I looked at the volume, so we're trading the D's contract right now. And it carries about a $6 premium to the August. So add $6 to your burned in support and resistance points and you'll be just fine. Okay, gold, both the August and the December contract were a little higher overnight. You can see this high volume area right here in the 65 area is holding the market, so maybe a little bit higher. 67.70 sell 1, 73.75 sell 2. On the buy side, 60.62, 55.57 buy 2. Basically about $5 higher than where we would be in the August contract. The euro. Okay, we had support right at the buck yesterday, and we were trying to buy at 16.85. Basically, yesterday's close held, and we're trading up right now. So we'll make 65 to 75 sell 1, and 118 even sell 2, plus or minus. On the buy side, 117.25 buy 1, buy 2, 117 even. Crude oil held in there pretty well. About a month ago, Citi said we were going to $50. They came out with that when crude hit 42 and bounced off of that level. Pretty bold prediction. They said that when we'd had that kind of sell-off, crude normally rallied 22%, and that would have taken us back to $50. And we're only a buck away from that. So again, structurally, the trade is to sell against 50. This high volume area right here at 49 has held us, pulled the market to it. So resistance is 49 even, 49 and a quarter, sell 1, 49.50, 49.75, sell 2. Very, very quiet trading overnight. Don't have a lot of range to work with. 48.50 to 75 buy 1. Pretty much where we were last night. 48 even, 48 and a quarter buy 2. Saudi Arabia is cut of 900,000 barrels officially. Is supporting the market. They're looking for no increase in the Baker Hughes rig count. Slow down the supply coming online, which is very, very, that's the one thing that people have really forgotten, is that this horizontal drilling and fracking, you've got pretty quick supply that can come onto the market and come on quickly. And that's a lot different than bringing in huge reserves by drilling in the Gulf or other places that normally take a couple of 3 years to complete and fix. Okay, yesterday's very, very strong rally off the close shows me that the sentiment is still bullish. And we've been talking about that things probably can't change until the tax package is on the table. McCain, Lindsey Graham, Lamar Alexander, Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, the rhinos are Trump's biggest enemy. They're killing him every time. These senators that are really a bunch of peacocks strutting around up there, like their FaceTime, they like relevance, and Trump hasn't done a very good job of stroking these monstrous egos. And McCain, quote unquote, self-styled maverick, prides himself in that. Took Trump's Obamacare repeal down last night. So back to the drawing boards. But this close that took us right back to here shows that the sentiment is still bullish, and I think the tax package is what the market is awaiting. So right now it looks like we've got a seller at 70 to 75. We had this spill right up here from 74.50. Last rotate up stopped at 67, so we'll make sell 1 67.70, sell 2 73 to 75. Okay, on the downside, 60 to 62 buy 1, 55 57 buy 2. But we're down to the GDP news. So GDP, the market's focus. 2.6 is the number has more relevance than it normally does. Deflator 1.2. Real consumer spending 2.8. I'd like to see that number come in higher. Employment cost index plus 0.6. Consumer sentiment, the second big number, 93.1. Baker Hughes 1156, 950. The focus, GDP, consumer sentiment, and resistance at 70 to 75. Amazon's earnings last night were disappointing by quite a bit, and their forward guidance weakened. So that and Scaramucci's rants and raving and open attacks in the press of people in the White House were cited as the reasons for the stock market selling overnight. And without leadership, without strong leadership, without stability, the market hates uncertainty and instability. That can weigh on the market too. But Trump's got to get his people under control. Starting to look like the amateur hour so widely predicted by the press and his opposition inside his party and outside. Okay, it's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'll do that. Be back with you as soon as possible. We'll be back with the bond numbers probably about 7:22 Central.